Okay, Uncle Si will be pleased now because it's time to head to Confidential Corner.
Duh, 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 duh.
And this is called the One Eyed Pokey Prodder. We need a male name and a female name. This time, Uncle Dave, could you give us the female name and Uncle Si the male name?
Brenda.
Brenda?
Felix.
Felix. This guy...
Gonna feel it, isn't he?
Oh, yes. Well, this comes from Brenda, who says, Dear Hairy Bikers, I've loved your shows for a long time. You're both blokes. You're both honest. I need some honest, blokey advice. Me and Felix have been married for 9 months. It's our second time around. And before Felix, I was married for 20 years. So I like to think I know my way around a man's body. We cuddle a lot more than I did in my first marriage. Our favourite is the spoons with him behind me. When we're nodding off in bed at night, his old chap pokes me in the back a bit, but it's when it's asleep that it's worse. You see, Felix is lying there snoring away, dead to the world, but his old fella is wide awake. It moves around, prods and pokes about. It's got a mind of its own, and if I'm honest, it's a bit weird. I asked Felix about this, and he said he was, frankly, very proud of his little chap, who he says is clearly snuffling for truffles, as he puts it. He's also said it's totally normal. But I don't think so. I don't remember this happening before. So, honest, hairy men of the world, fess up. Do willies have a mind of their own? And how can I stop it? Asks Brenda. Over to you.
Well, I believe technically it's termed as the panhandle effect. Which is one of life's great pleasures, I must say, being a fellow.
Panhandle
I'm
effect.
slightly confused how Felix doesn't know. Right. So, okay. So he's asleep, and she isn't. And Felix's old chap is going on walkabout.
Well, he might be having a naughty dream.
Oh, yeah.
Inspired by Brenda's warmth.
Yes. Yes.
Do you know what I mean? It'd set you off.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But I wouldn't know though.
But I thought they did have a bit of a mind of their own in the evenings. I mean, isn't there? You know, you wake up in the morning often.
Oh yeah, but that's just your blood getting through your body.
Exactly.
You know.
But then,
Yeah,
that
that's
could
your
happen in
morning.
the night, can't it?
Which
Morning
technically
glory.
is taking your morning glory.
Yeah. But could that not be? Could that not happen when he's fallen asleep? His body doesn't know it's morning. I don't know. Does that not happen anyway? I'm not a doctor, clearly. Got no idea.
Well, I mean, I have absolutely no idea. I can only talk by my own wandering old chap, and it doesn't wander when I'm asleep. Well, not that I'm aware of, anyway. I've never heard anybody say that it has.
Maybe Felix is just super potent.
Yeah.
He's got more hormones than the average man, and he absolutely loves Brenda. He can't get enough of Brenda.
What if Felix is faking sleeping? And actually, he's just trying it on. So he actually knows it's up and ready, but he's snoring away just to see if he gets lucky. So Brenda thinks he's asleep, but he's not.
Ooh, Tash, you woman, you.
Yeah. He's faking it to try and get some action.
Yeah, maybe he's playing snooker in his sleep dreams.
Trying to pot the last hole.
180. Wrong game, isn't it?
That's nuts, isn't it?
I was going to say.
That's going to hurt. Brenda will say something about that one.
Ow.
Yeah. Back of the net, shouts Brenda.
Well, yeah, no.
I think it's a lovely problem to have, actually.
I think it probably is. And I mean, I know it might be a little bit irritating, but there's two things you can do to alleviate that. First of all, give it a slap. That'll soon wake them up. And number one. Or number two, don't do the spoon position so it's not getting down the little creases.
Yeah. Or act on it, turn over and enjoy it.
Oh, do you remember at the tour when we used to have to kind of appear to be stripped naked, Kingy?
Yes.
They made us wear these dancers' jock straps.
Yes.
Which is like a ballet dancer would wear to keep all the tackle in place.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we had to wear them. But you wore one of them, it doesn't matter what Felix's old chap was wanting to do. It couldn't do anything. It's a bit like a muzzle for it,
It's like a chastity belt.
Yeah.
Is that what they used? You'll know, Dave, because you did makeup, didn't you? Is that what they use in the sex scenes for movies and films? Because clearly, two people, even if they're faking it, you can't help if you start bollock naked together. You can't help but be slightly aroused, surely. So you must have to strap it so far down.
Well, all the sex scenes I've done in movies, I've kind of done okay, you make it sound like that. No, I'll tell you, I always remember one actor, a lovely actor, who I can't name. He was young, handsome, and he said to the leading lady, he said, firstly, he said, and his father was a great actor too, and he said, my father gave me this piece of advice. He said, I have to tell you this, I apologise if I do get an erection, and I apologise if I don't. And, he kind of softened the blow then. The closest I've got to a sex scene was, years ago, Lady Chatterley's lover, and, donkeys years ago. And I was under the bed, and the idea was that, you see, the actor and actress, they're trying to get the cue for when she was meant to, orgasm.
Okay.
Right? So, and he rode up. They said, well, how do you know? Because I can't see the camera or anything. And they said, well, I was under the bed. So he said, Dave, could you pull her foot? I'll give you the signal. Pull her foot, and then she knows when to come. So I thought, oh, shit. Now, all these years at university. Anyways, up under the cover, and I'm there. And the floor manager went, now. So I'm pulling like hell. Like this bloke said, it's the wrong fucking foot. And I was pulling his foot.
That's a good story.
That's typical of you, that's
well, I just wanted to get it over with, really. I'm trying to show my dignity. But no, I think most actors, they just go in the buff, don't they, Kingy?
Aye, they do. Yeah, they do. And also, it's very difficult to get I would imagine, to get an erection when there's about 15 crew. Even if,
I know.
As a first, what you would do is, Dave and I, if Dave and I were working together in that capacity, we'd always have a conversation with the director and go, look, so you'd have what's called a closed set.
Yeah.
So there'd be the absolute minimum amount of crew, and you'd clear the studio other than for that scene. And but then again, you've still got about 6 people there watching you do it.
Yeah.
I mean, and unless you're a porno star, that puts anybody off.
I think Olivia Colman told a wonderful story recently in an interview about how there was a recent movie she's just done, and someone had to put their hand between her legs and just sort of and give her pleasure. And she was just mucking around with the actress that she was with. I think it was a lesbian scene, actually, and she had to muck around. And she decided to put a very wet sponge down there instead, because I think they all thought there'd be something to protect. And the person that put their hand down there went, Olivia Colman said it was the best bit of the whole movie.
I remember once we were doing a film in France, and there was this actor who was I think it was Hungarian or something. He was a very kind of serious young man, and he had to do this nude scene with a very famous Hollywood actress. And for weeks before, he was in the gym every night at the hotel watching what was eating, had a tan, nervous as anything. And so anyway, what we did was, the ones that were there, because it being France, we all got baguettes. So he walked onto set, and they took his robe off him. And so we all got these baguettes out and just stood the baguettes on end, like a salute of baguettes. Tried to cheer him up a bit. He cheered her up, but I think he was just made him even worse.
Oh, poor chap. Brilliant.
Well, let's wrap up with Felix and his wandering Willie. Any closing thoughts, Uncle Dave?
Well, I haven't been very well this year, and at moments I'm quite jealous of Felix.
Fair enough. Uncle Si?
A fly swat. So you should lie there in the spoon and you just go, and I mean, look, it could lead to a whole new level of sexual experience as well. So I'm going to go with a fly swat.
Okay, yeah. Okay, and Posh Tash, do you have a view on this?
I think turn over and enjoy it.
Fair enough.
It's a win-win, isn't it?
I guess so.
Happy days.
We've seen inside the excellent dark mind of Tash a few times today, haven't we?
Just thinking, one day she'll be laying there and it might not happen, and then she'll have a whole other world of thoughts going, oh, he doesn't like me anymore. Oh, God.
Yeah,
I'll
listen,
never get it. Take it while you got it, love.
Aye, exactly. And also, this is great because when that does happen, they'll write back in, so it keeps the show going. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Course, yeah.
More problems. Let's create more agony. Come on.
Come on. Well, yeah, with a fly swat, you'd be in jail.
As will you soon, Si.
Yeah, sorry.
If you don't keep quiet.
It was better than a cheese grater.
Oh, don't say that.
Oh, I saw that film as well. Oh, horrible.